your breath, hold on to your heart, hold on to your hope.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Well, welcome to a very special edition of Behind the Curtain. This is a Deceptive Marketing 101 workshop featuring Instant Imprints. Now, imagine for a second that you've got a franchise opportunity like Instant Imprints does, and it's got a franchise investment of $129,000 to $354,000. And you've got to convince somebody to make that investment and sign a 10-year agreement. So let's say this franchise opportunity that you've got to sell is not really that great. Say that over the last 7 years, just as many franchisees have left the system as remain open right now. There's a really good chance of whoever you convince to buy this opportunity is not going to make it through the full 10-year term. So your first challenge is to find a bunch of people who are going to take this mediocre to very risky franchise opportunity and present it to people looking to own their own businesses as a fantastic and wonderful franchise opportunity. And so Instant Imprints did this by putting together a program where it sold a bunch of what they call area franchisees. They're franchisees, but they're also commissioned salespeople. They recruited Frannet, is a one-whole broker network, Franchise Brokers Association, Business Alliance, Inc., FranServe. So there's an army of people that they recruited to sell this Instant Imprints franchise opportunity. Hundreds, maybe thousands of commission-hungry brokers are out there ready to sell this franchise opportunity. So Instant Imprints knows that it needs to give some great materials to this army of franchise brokers. It starts off with a very caring CEO, Ralph Askar, who just loves his franchisees, and he's there sort of very fatherly, overseeing the grand opening of a young couple opening their Instant Imprints franchise in San Marcos, California.
I wanted to see our franchisees prosper from their hard work and reward them for their contribution to the network. Our aim is to have the new franchise centers break even within 6 months or less. It will help them break even quicker than 6 months.
Completely forget about any franchise laws or franchise regulations that say that you're not allowed to give what's called earnings claims.
Our team is dedicated to helping you get your first 15 to 20 accounts that each generate a minimum of $3,000 per month.
Our total gross margin in our trailing 12 stores is 62.2%. Our ACT is 439. Typical units break even at 21.6, and our average monthly unit volume across all of our T12M stores is 33,632. So overall, really quite healthy and continuing to grow. 3-unit multi-pack owners, we'd like them to be doing $1 million in revenue within 4 years. $1 million in revenue within 4 years. To increase our average customer transaction from 349 to 439, and we're approaching 500 today.
We offer a very high average ticket and a very high repeat rate in a business-to-business system. Our stores boast a very high repeat order rate, close to 80% in some locations. That allows us to take a lot of market share and really win more business than our competitors do. We're probably in the top 5% of the entire franchise industry. Our centers boast a very high repeat order rate, close to 80% in some locations.
So the next key thing is to show happy, successful Instant Imprint franchisees, hopefully drinking wine. So you say, Sean, look, I would love to have a lot of happy, successful franchisee testimonials in my video also, but I don't really have any happy franchisees, and the ones that I had have since failed and closed up shop. Well, that's no reason to not use the testimonials you got from them when they just started, they just came through training, or they were in happier times and they hadn't failed yet.
Looking for a new opportunity to create a legacy for our family. And we really wanted to create something, and we looked at different franchise opportunities, different franchise models, and this one fit our family, it fit us, it was the creativity, it was the ability to run our own business and really be able to say how we want it to go.
Don and Chandra Keith's Calgary franchise closed 4 years into their 10-year franchise agreement. They're listed on the 2022 FDD as terminated or ceased doing business, but that didn't stop Instant Imprints from using their testimonial.
It's a great business. The idea was to get something local, be able to connect with my kids, and run the business because my children are involved in the business.
The Fullerton, California franchise that Kathy Schneider operated with her son is permanently closed. It last appears in the 2016 FDD. On Yelp, their most recent reviews for that store are 2016. 2016, that's 8 years ago. And yet Kathy's testimonials are widely featured in multiple Instant Imprints videos on 2022. Why would she allow this? Well, all these franchisees have most likely signed non-disclosure agreements, so they really can't even object to the fact that their testimonials live on long after they've regretted their decision to buy an Instant Imprints franchise.
We're our own boss. We get to determine if we want to work past 9 to 5, and to be able to provide for that customer and see that success come through for them and then be so happy. It's so rewarding.
This was so rewarding for Bill and Wendy Allen that they're closed one of their stores, and the other one is now for sale at a relative fire sale price as they are trying to get out of the system.
You know, when somebody comes to buy our franchise, it's sort of a woohoo moment. I'm going to buy one business and I'm going to get within that business 4 different ways to make money.
So Mike Boyd hasn't been a franchisee of Instant Imprints since 2016, and he resigned as COO in 2017. His Louisville, Colorado franchise was transferred to a young couple here, franchisees, and they lasted only 3 years. The company took that franchise back over, and now they run it as an affiliate store. Now, I call this technique of using franchisee testimonials from franchisees who have already failed, gone bankrupt, or otherwise left the system as the FrunDead, which is a combination of franchisee and the undead, which is kind of appropriate because it's as if these franchisees are continuing on. Their hopes and their dreams have already died, but their bodies and their testimonials continue to live on and promote the franchise opportunity that wrecked them to other people who are unsuspecting of the fate that awaits them.
What I love most about owning an Instant Imprints is the fact that I'm really in control of things. My success really depends on my actions of what I do, and I can control my destiny. I can be as successful as I want to be.
And don't worry, as of this video, Scott Bach here is still in business as far as I know. However, here's a little trick for you. He's an area franchisee, and so he's actually a commissioned franchise salesperson, and he's giving a testimonial just as a franchisee. Now, the Federal Trade Commission says that if you are a compensated testimonial giver, someone who's making money off of the sale of the testimony that you're giving, you need to disclaim that, and you need to put that prominently along with that endorsement. But Instant Imprints doesn't worry about that, so probably you shouldn't either.
I wanted to see our franchisees prosper from their hard work and reward them for their contribution to the network.
Now, remember that nice young couple that were doing their grand opening there with Ralph Askar overseeing them so lovingly, and their San Marcos, California franchise, they lasted less than 2 years, and it was taken back over by the company, and then it was resold to another franchisee for a new fee, and that franchisee recently just had their grand opening of the same San Marcos store. So, in conclusion, here are some do's and don'ts. Do, use brokers. They'll sell anything to anybody. Do, give undisclosed illegal earnings claims. Just like Instant Imprints, nobody's checking and nobody cares. Do feature testimonials from failed and or bankrupt franchisees, the FrunDead. Do use area franchisee testimonials without bothering to disclose that they're actually franchise sales agents. And do show luxury cars, luxury vacations, and luxury lifestyles. Now, to be fair, Ralph Askar and Christian Collucci are masters of deception. However, they're not perfect. And so there are a few don'ts that we noticed into here. Don't leave unmet goals or your lies on the internet. Scrub them off there before you make new lies to take their place.
We will meet and exceed our 555 growth plan over the next 5 years. That is 500 franchises over the next 5 years, with the majority of franchisees doing over 500,000 or better.
Primary goal and priorities are what we call 100 and 400, which is 100 loans operating with an average unit volume of 400,000 by 2025, $1 million in revenue within 4 years.
And while Christian Collucci is really a master in every other way, I would say the final don't is don't roll your eyes when you're lying.
You're going to like what we're going to share with you, and this is really reasonable and attractive, really powerful and easy to use setup by keeping everything in one central plant. And we can help you with a lot of that. You need to understand you have 3 locations with 3 distinctly protected territories within an area, and allow you to build the better lifestyle that everybody wants to achieve. I would even go as far as to say this is a no-brainer, 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 no-brainer.
Thank you for attending this special session of Deceptive Franchise Marketing 101 featuring Instant Imprints, brought to you by unhappyfranchisee.com. And remember, the secret to franchise sales is sincerity. And once you can fake that, the rest is easy.
Now it's through this world I ramble. I see lots of funny men. Some will rob you with a 6-gun. Some with a fountain pen. Some will rob you with a 6-gun. Some with a fountain pen. Some will rob you with a 6-gun. Some with a fountain pen.